Hey Libra, welcome to Arya Moon Tarot, and thank you so much for being here. This is your love reading for anyone with Sun, Moon, or Rising in Libra. It's a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If it doesn't, check your other placements. All right, let's get started. So let's start your reading with some animal spirit cards, and we're just going to use these to help us see some areas of your personality that might have some qualities that you're not recognizing in yourself. So let's see, we have the firefly, the mouse, and the beaver. Okay, I love that firefly card. It's like one of my favorite cards in the deck. Right off the bat, I can see that you really don't give yourself enough credit in general. So at this point, I don't even know if this reading is going to be about a particular thing that you don't see in yourself, or if it's just this idea of like you don't give yourself enough credit for anything that you do. I think you tend to see yourself as somebody who is maybe just starting out, someone who's like in the beginning stages of something, someone who doesn't have a lot of experience, or maybe sometimes you can see yourself as being small, or you can worry that your contributions might not be significant. But what you're not seeing is what a force you truly are. For some of you, you might actually physically be small. Like you might just have a very small frame or be kind of short. Of course, that's not going to resonate with everyone, but for some of you, your size, I'm hearing that some of you have a nickname about your size. Like somebody calls you shorty or calls you tiny or something like that. I think it's a term of endearment, so it's not meant to be an insult, but that, yeah, some of you might be actually physically small. And it's like in some ways, because you are small, or because sometimes you feel insignificant, it's like you've played this role. Even if you're not actually physically small, you can fall into the trap of like playing this role and playing very small. And you're not giving yourself enough credit for everything that you have to offer. I think sometimes you hesitate to share what you have to offer, or you feel really timid. What I have to say here, and like what your guides are screaming, is like you're doing the world a disservice when you don't let people hear your voice or gain perspective from your point of view. Whatever it is that you might want to share, and even if it doesn't feel like it's anything very significant or anything very important, you have a unique view that is important, like that could really help somebody, and you're actually doing the world a disservice when you don't share it. So I think that sometimes we can think of, like, it can feel really egotistical to think, oh, I have something so important that I need to share with people. That can feel really lofty sometimes and grand, and we're like, oh, who am I to say that? But the truth is that you really are doing everyone around you an injustice when you don't share what you know, when you don't share how you see things, when you don't share what you have to offer. So it's just something to keep in mind. Look at this. Look at this firefly. This is why I love this card. This firefly, look how much powerful light is coming off of this little guy. Like, this is really an indication that your light shines so bright. If this much light can come off of something this small, it's really powerful light. And it doesn't even make any difference how small that firefly is. It's still emanating a really beautiful, a very strong, and a very powerful light. Your light really is shining bright, and you have so much insight, and you have so much creativity, and so many great ideas that it feels like sometimes you hesitate to share all of that. It's said that the firefly contains the light of 1,000 stars. I feel like that is something to keep in mind here. How much power is that? How much glow is that? How much shine is that? The light of 1,000 stars. So I think it's really important for you to act on any bursts of inspiration that you feel, because these are divinely guided bursts. They are good enough. Like, I almost feel like we're in an argument. I feel like we're in an argument right now, and I don't want to fight with you, but I feel like you're sitting across the table from me, and I'm like, they are good enough. Like, whatever it is that you're thinking, like, that thing you wrote, that is good enough. That is really good. People would love to read that. The painting that you painted, it's beautiful. It is good enough. It deserves to be hanging in a museum next to like some famous piece of art. It is good enough. The idea that you had, it's good enough. Share it. Like, raise your hand in class and share it. Maybe you're not in class, but I'm just using different examples because I feel almost like we could go to battle over this. Like, you might really have this idea or this feeling, this inspiration that like you want to start something, you want to do something, but you're always playing small and not believing in yourself, and you're thinking that your voice isn't going to be heard over the thousands, the millions of other voices, but your voice will be heard over all of that because you have something valuable to offer. I feel like sometimes it's almost like you're asking, like, who am I to share this or to express this or to put this out in the world? And a message is coming through. This is a message for you to challenge that way of thinking and for you to start to see your inherent worth and your value and to really claim your space. I feel like some of you think that there's not room for you in a particular scenario. Like, maybe you've always felt like you don't fit in, or maybe you feel like your work isn't good enough and like it doesn't stack up, or like you need to get better at something before you can let anyone see what you're doing. Maybe you think you need to like practice more, or you need to get a certain tool or a certain program on your computer so that you can be better than or as good as everyone else. And it's like, but you already have so much to offer, and you can work with what you have. You can work with your natural abilities. For some of you, I feel like you've had this this desire to like put yourself out there in some way. So I'm seeing the image of like social media, but it doesn't have to be this. But let's just use the example. If you wanted to create a platform or something, like you wanted to share photos that you took online, or you want to like make YouTube videos, for instance, and you think like there's already so many people doing it. Like, there's already so many people in that space. What could I possibly contribute? I don't know anything. I'm not good at this. Whatever those objections in your mind might be, it's like, this is really an indication that's like, start seeing how great you are. Start seeing how much you have to contribute and how certain people might resonate with your message, with the way you say things, with the way you took that picture, with, just any little choice that you make. Maybe you make a creative decision in terms of the lighting of a photograph and it really touches somebody. So don't ever think that you don't have anything to offer, that what you're doing isn't good enough, because it is good enough. And if you want to argue about it, you can call me up and we can argue all day, because I just feel like, yes, it is. Yes, it is good enough. Yes, your light is bright enough. And this might not even be something that you doubt all the time, but just any time that you're doubting that, I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I can see how creative you are and how inventive you are and how much you have to offer. So you have to be kidding when you say that you don't have anything to provide or to offer. That's a joke. This can also extend to personal relationships. So sometimes you might like think that you're not good enough, like that you won't catch someone's attention, that someone won't be attracted to you or whatever. And it's like, again, are you joking? Like, people are so drawn to you. Like, you're this firefly. Everyone looks at the firefly. everyone looks at the firefly. Like, it's just about like getting real about this, like coming to terms with it. I know that you're a very humble person, but you've got to start recognizing your gifts. You've got to start recognizing what you have to offer. It's so much better than you realize. Like, I just can't even, it's just so much better than you realize, and people really will benefit from it. So, I feel like this could be literally any little thing that you want to do. So just keep that in mind. Like, you might want to crochet hats for babies. That's so random. You might want to crochet hats for babies. And maybe you think, like, you go online and you're like, oh my gosh, there's so many hats for babies already. Like, people are already making hats for babies. But no, they're not making the hats you're making. Like, they didn't choose those colors and they didn't make them the same way you did. And whatever the case may be, like, there is space for you. There is room for you. There's really a highly creative energy coming through with the firefly, and a lot of passion with the fire energy that is like coming off of this card. And really we don't have any fire energy here, but there's like so much passion. We have air, we have earth, we have water. The firefly just, it can't not be both air and fire to me. Like, it just really represents that. It represents a lot of passion. There's a really down to earth and humble quality about you, like with the mouse and with the beaver. So you also have a way of like harnessing a lot of different states, and that's why you can make people feel on such a deep level. And this is why you have to offer whatever it is you want to offer, because you really will make people feel on a deep level. I think you have the incredible ability to stay really focused too with this mouse energy. Whatever you're involved in, like whatever you feel really passionate about, you have this ability to pinpoint that energy and to like stay laser focused in a really powerful way. So I think it makes you very, very productive when you're passionate about it. I'm really feeling called to say that, because I think that when you are in a space that doesn't really light you up and that doesn't ignite that passion in you, that you can feel like your energy drifts and like your attention and your focus drifts, and you're just like, ugh, I don't want to do this anymore. But when it's something that you're passionate about, you can go on and on and on for days and hours and weeks, and it's like tapping into that energy is really important to you. There's an energy here that's like, there's so much that you can do, but there's also a lot of fear surrounding it as well. The thing is that you're just such a loving person, and I feel like you're the first person to celebrate the uniqueness in other people and to appreciate everybody's individual talents and strengths and what they can contribute to a situation. But I just wish that you could do that for yourself a little bit more, because it's like you're so humble and you're so down to earth that you won't give yourself the credit. You won't give yourself the same love and appreciation that you show to other people. And you're missing the part where you're like extremely talented. You're just missing the fact that no one can do what you can do the way you can do it, and that there really is space for you. If you could turn that loving energy that you extend to others towards yourself, I feel like you would just have so much confidence, and you would see yourself as the beautiful creator that you are. And this is really about you coming out of the shadows and letting that light shine. All of these cards are kind of like cards of darkness, especially the firefly and the mouse, because these are creatures that you would see at night. Even this beaver card is really, really, really dark, and I feel like this is about you emerging from that and letting people see you, like letting people see what you have to offer and what you can contribute. I can also tell that you're a really hard worker. So chances are you will work really hard to make sure that whatever you're doing is up to par. You don't ever have to worry about that because you're not like the type of person that cuts corners. There's no reason for you to doubt yourself because you're naturally gifted and then you're also willing to put in the work. So there's really no reason for you to ever doubt yourself. Let's look at your tarot cards. We have the 10 of Wands. So yeah, I really want you to move out of that 10 of Wands energy. I want to give you such a hug. We have the Queen of Swords in reverse. And the Queen of Coins in reverse. Two queens, both in reverse. This 10 of Wands shows that you take on a lot of burdens and you take on a lot of stress. And this can be like stress from other people. So I think that you have a tendency to put others first all the time and to always make sure that everyone around you is well taken care of. It can sometimes leave you feeling weighed down and burdened and like you weren't receiving the care that you need. This is about you creating time and space for you to nurture yourself and to nurture some of the things that make your soul really glow like this firefly here. It's about you letting yourself sort of it's about you letting yourself kind of build up, like build yourself up the same way that you would build someone else up. And that's a really beautiful part of you. So I'm not even suggesting that you stop doing that. Like you're very encouraging and you can really see people for who they really are. And there's a loving energy that kind of flows from you. But it's just that some more of that energy should be directed at yourself and should be directed at your achievements, your accomplishments, and everything that you can do and offer. Then you had two queens show up in reverse. The Queen of Swords, the Queen of Coins. First of all, I just want to say that there's definitely a message here that you are a queen. Like these queens wouldn't have come out if you weren't exuding queen energy, and you don't have to be a female to exude that queen energy. Queen energy is really mature. It's very developed. It shows that you have achieved some level of like mastery over things, that you are really viewed as someone who's in power, who's in control. But both of them are coming in reverse. So it's like, I think a lot of this message is that you just don't see yourself that way. You're not expressing everything that you should be expressing in all the ways that you would like to. And I think the Queen of Coins in reverse, it can really talk about this self-nurturing energy and not being fulfilled in that way. So this is really a message to nurture yourself a little bit more. So again, this is about recognizing your strengths, recognizing your beauty, and really nurturing yourself and allowing all of that to grow. Like we were talking about the expression part of it. Like there's something that you want to express, something you're so good at, but you're not seeing yourself that way. So the energy feels a little bit blocked to me. This is about you reaching a point where you look in the mirror and you see that queen. Like you see that boss, you see that person that has so much to give, so much to offer, that is deserving of the attention and of the space. Because that's what everyone else sees when they look at you, honestly. That's what they see. So let's look at your next tarot cards. These are, I have one card here to represent your past self, so we'll see kind of where you're coming from, and then another to represent your future self. So for your past self, we have the Page of Cups in reverse. Let's get your other card. For your future self, we have, the King of Pentacles. Okay. Oh, you're going to make so much progress. I feel like you're making leaps and bounds. So this Page of Cups in reverse can be a little bit of like held back emotional energy. it can be held back energy when it comes to our creativity and to our creative expression. So I think this is where you are coming from when it comes to that level of belief. It could also indicate that it's really hard for you to let people get close to you, and that it's hard for you to accept love from others. I feel like you're really willing to pour love out to everyone around you, but when it comes to accepting that love and being really cared for by other people, it's like it can be challenging, or you always want to make sure that everyone else is well taken care of and is experiencing that nourishment and that love before you fill your own cup. So this is definitely like the energy that you're moving out of. You're such a nurturer, like you're such a sweetheart. You always want to take care of people. You're such a sweetheart. So then when we look at your future energy, you went to the King of Pentacles, which I love because this is right next to the Queen of Coins, which is the Queen of Pentacles. So this Queen was coming up in reverse, and then you're stepping into the King energy. So it's almost like you kind of leveled up from there. I don't really view the King higher than the Queen because I kind of see them as counterparts, but you could view it as like stepping into a stronger level of mastery. So it feels like you go from this place of doubting yourself to being super confident. And I love that came out right after the Queen of Coins. That's beautiful. This is the direction that you really need to be moving in. So I'm happy to see this. This shows that you believe in yourself and that you have a lot of confidence in what you have to offer. So you're definitely going to move into that place of confidence and probably step out of your comfort zone in order to do that, because I do think that there is a little bit of comfort in this protection, and you're going to be stepping out of that place. Let's look at your last two oracle cards. These could be a bit of advice or just give us more insight. I left this part pretty open. So let's see. Oh yeah, you're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. That is so appropriate. And then we have the Age of Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. That is essentially the same message. You're already doing it, and you've been training for this for lifetimes. So it's like I feel like I don't even need to say anything else, because it's like you have this ability in you. You have this gifting in you. There is no reason for you to doubt this. And this is just encouragement that like you do this everywhere you go. Like whatever it is that you have to offer, you're doing it all the time. You do it effortlessly. So there's no reason to doubt it. And probably why you're so good at what you're good at and you're so gifted is because this is about past life stuff. Some of this could be like you've just been so naturally good at this forever and you don't really know why. I do think you've put in a lot of work, but I think you have a natural gifting toward some form of expression. And it's just about letting it out. So yes, this is so exciting. I'm really, I'm excited for you to move into the King of Pentacles energy, for you to believe in yourself and just start putting something out there. Like start getting out of your comfort zone, whatever that might be. It could be you want to apply to a school that you don't feel confident that you'll get into. You want to try to get a job that you don't feel confident about. You want to start some kind of business or start social media and you don't feel confident. Whatever it is, just start. Because you're already doing it and you're already so capable of doing this thing. So just begin and just see where it goes. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and letting me read your cards. If you liked this reading, if you resonated with any of these messages, don't forget to like the video, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you feel like doing it. And I will hopefully see you again in another reading really soon. Bye!